how's it going? So I'm at the desktop here. Got my SM7 on my desktop stand. Got the monitor all set up, ready to run you guys through a mix, because you guys know when I got the camera facing this way, things are about to get serious. So over the last couple weeks, I've been running this mix. You know, I use that on the Angle Fireball demo and a couple of other things, the tube test video, that kind of thing. And a lot of you guys are like, whoa, man, what is up with that snare sound? And so I thought I would break it down for you and show you guys how I got it, specifically how I got it in Reaper. Now, this is not a beginner tutorial on how to get a good snare sound. This has got some fairly advanced mixing techniques involved, including using bus compression and using the Reaper folders system. If you're a beginner and you don't quite know a FET compressor from an opto compressor from a VCA, I would highly, highly, highly recommend following the link in the description below and grabbing Adam Steele's Mastering Audio Basics, and he'll kind of lay it all out for you and show you how EQs and compressors and reverbs and delays all work together, and he'll explain to you the concepts in very simple to understand terms so that even a bass player can get, well, come on, who are we kidding? But most of you guys at home should have no problem getting your heads around that sort of thing. So if you're just at that stage, I'd highly recommend grabbing that lesson first before delving into this, because we're going to be looking at a little bit more advanced techniques, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. But yeah, let's check out that snare one more time. Yeah, that's pretty raging. Now, I'm using a combination of Mic DSP plugins and the new ones from Leapwing as well. I demoed those a few weeks back. A bunch of you guys go, but those are expensive. Well, I'm like, yeah, but listen to the fucking sound. It's pretty incredible. So I'm gonna break it down for you here. First and foremost, a great key to having an amazing drum sound is, number one, having a great drummer, and in this case it's Jackson Ward. He recorded this at his place over in Indiana. He's been doing a lot of the drum recordings for me on the show this year. He's been doing just an absolutely spectacular job at it as well. Okay, so I've got the snare mics, the top mic and the bottom mic, going to a folder here. You can see we got the little indent here. So both those mics are going to this fader right here. I don't have any processing going on. I've got the ultimate channel strip from Mic DSP online, but everything is just deactivated at this point. I'm just going to make sure I got this in loop mode so we can hear this without having to, start and restop over and over again. So what I've got here is I've got a series of effects going on. I've got tape saturation, a gate, a little bit of EQ, a very strong compressor, another EQ, and then a leveling amp, kind of like an LA2A except on hyper steroids. This thing is freaking amazing. So let's see here. We're going to throw a little tape on for a little bit of, just kind of round off that edge. Throw the gate on. This gate's really nice. I mean, like, I've been to conferences on audio production, and the first thing a lot of guys will say is, use the Mic DSP gate. Well, and that was like a couple years ago. This easy gate they've got in here really does the trick. Like, I can bring some of that bleed back in if I want. But I think it's just great like this. It's got a slower attack than I would normally use, but for whatever reason, it works really great. It's got a 0.2 millisecond attack, so maybe the beginning of the transit's just getting sliced off just ever so slightly, but I'm okay with that. EQ, I don't know. I've got a little bit of a low frequency roll off going on here, like to 80 hertz. So we're right around there. And that's about it. But here, that's just, that way it's treating it a little bit before it hits the compressor. And this is where the money's at right here. It's this thing. This is like a Neve style compressor. It's getting me that great piff smack. So what we got here is pretty strong threshold. Yeah, 4-to-1 ratio. So we're not hitting it too hard, but we've got a fairly fast attack, 2.8 milliseconds. And the recovery's about 250 milliseconds. Now you can definitely change this out. And the great thing about the Mic DSP stuff is you can just try out the different compressors as you go through it. That's got the best attack. That's kind of a DBX style. That's an 1176 style. That's kind of their own homebrew, which is really cool too. Now that's just the abuser. I like this. Got a good little smack. And then we've got a little post EQ. We're boosting at about 10 kilohertz and again at about 140 hertz. And then we're hitting it with an opto compressor as well on the back end, just for a little bit of boost. And that seems to be rocking pretty well. Now that's just the start of it. We were also running a little bit of EQ. Anything on here? Nope. Okay. Thought it might have been taken out a little notch, but doesn't seem to be. Okay, must have just had that loaded up as part of a template and never used it. So we're going to just take that out. But this is the other thing we've got is the Leapwing Root 1. And this is adding harmonic distortion into the snare. This thing is freaking amazing. Listen to what this does. That adds a little bit too much, but it's adding a bit of thump in the low end here. Now, if we go up high here, no, definitely not. I was just messing around with this. Is what I got. Let's crank the drive up. Doesn't do too much. Okay. It's a pretty subtle effect, but it's super cool. Now, of course, the snare channel is only one small part of this. A big part of the whole overall drum sound is this reverb I'm using from PSP AudioWare. Now, I've got this set out here. I've got a send going at negative 533 dBs to the drum verb. And the reverb I'm using is the PSP 2445. And this is a digital simulation of an early digital reverb, which was by EMT, and other guys who are famous for making plate reverbs. And it's a real simple setup. I don't even have any EQ going on. Like these knobs here will just let you tweak out, high frequency boost and roll off. We've got the output to max, 0.6 milliseconds reverb. You take that up. But we don't want to sound like a cave. No pre-delay, a little bit of reflections. I mean, it's a really simple reverb and it sounds just absolutely incredible. Absolutely in love with that thing. I mean, we put that back in the mix. It's just like, whoa. Where's the rest of it? What the hell happened? Did I screw something up? Just had to go pull up an earlier version of the mix because I'm like, oh man, did I screw something up? Something sounds so weak. What's wrong? But it's like, yeah, we've got this raging mix going on. But there's a few other things going on that I need to explain. Like the reverb is a big part of it, but that's not all that's going on. If I take the kick out, so that's the snare with the reverb. Again, we've got that glorious PSP 2445 reverb. Absolutely incredible stuff. Yeah, John Suki's just so brilliant on guitar. Anyway, so that's just the snare mic. But if we throw the kick on, still it's like, oh, nice punchy kick. It's great. Again, we're using the channel strip from PSP, using a slightly different compressor. We've got this bob thing, which is giving us a little bit of low frequency harmonic. And we can actually tune that. Oh, how cool is that? If you guys have got subwoofers, your rooms are probably rumbling right now. That's super cool. Yeah. Yeah, the McDSP stuff's really something else. Anyway, but snare sound. So we got to have the overheads in there. And again, not much going on here. Just a little bit of compression to get that snare under control. Like if we pop that out, hear that crack? Now we're getting a bit more sustain on that snare. All we're doing is just rolling off the low frequencies about 550 hertz. And a little bit of tape compression. That's it. Andy Steve was the one who recommended, rolling off the overheads right about 600 hertz, somewhere right around there, to really just clean things up so you get the boom off the close mics and not from the overheads. That way you don't got to worry about phase cancellation so much, because phase cancellation usually happens in the bottom end and not the top end, any kind of anywhere that's noticeable. Now, the one thing you got to pay attention to here, though, and this is absolutely critical, are the room mics, and these are freaking amazing. So we've got, again, a lot of stuff going on here. We've got a fair amount of tape saturation. We've also got another saturator going on, plus the same compressor we got on the snare, plus another back-end limiter, and this is just, smash city. Like, I'm always merciless with my room mics. And we're sending it over to the reverb as well. So we combine that when we put the close snare mic on with the reverb as well as the room mic, we get that big booming sound. Turn it off. That's starting to sound like rock and roll. Now, put that all together. Got one last thing to do here. Now, one thing I want you guys to notice is everything but the overheads and room mics are all in a subfolder, and these are all going here to the drum bus. So if I hit solo, I can take the drums up and down. This is all the close mics and the reverb. Those all get treated as one. Now, I've also got two of those Leapwing plugins. I've got the Dyne 1 going on. So this is a really cool dynamics processor. This adds a little bit of zing. This thing's got some amazing stuff for like drum buses and that kind of stuff. Snappy snare? Nope. I don't even like that. We'll go to drum bus here. I don't even know what the hell I got it set to. It's pretty flat along the way, but whatever the hell it's doing. It's just adding a bit more zing. So it's kind of like a compressor, dynamics enhancer. I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with it. Yeah, drums, big fat kick. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here I can just skip over. Overhead excitement, wow. Punchy and wide. Oh, I just brought everything up, I think. Let's try that. Yeah, pretty much. So we got everything down to the drum bus, and I'm just adding a little bit of that Dyne 1 and Root 1. For a little bit of bottom end from the Root, and then the Dyne 1 just adds a little bit more spank on everything. Now we've got one more trick up our sleeves here, and this is the drum crush bus. So what I've got is all those close mics here on a send, and those are going to the crush bus. And this is exactly what it says it is. All I've got is the 6060 channel strip set to just destroy the drums. So we've got tape simulator, we've got a compressor, we've got an EQ, the really harsh compressor, then the distortion, and the leveling amplifier. That's pretty wicked. We put that in play. Yes, I see that going into the red, but you don't have to worry too much about it. If it sounds good, it is good. That's the thing. If it's red, okay, fine, but it seems like the first transit's going there. But if we take that down, it's like, holy crap. Take the crush down. That's nice. But that's just lethal. That's kind of snare drum sound I dream about. And we put that in the mix. So yeah, that crush bus makes all the difference. And there you go. The key there is the McDSP 6060 Ultimate MC, and it's just absolutely incredible for doing this kind of stuff. So that's how I get an awesome snare. Number one, great drummer. Number two, great drum recording. Number three, I bus things out. I combine the top and snare mic onto their own fader, but I also send that to a reverb. and I put everything on buses where it gets compressed, and then I send everything to a crush bus. And the crush bus really is where the magic is happening in this case. And in this case, it's because of the hyper aggressive settings I've got thanks to the McDSP 6060. This thing is absolutely incredible. It's been on my last few mixes over the last couple months, and it's just been a spectacular way to work. Absolutely in love with it. Combine this with the Leapwing stuff, and yeah, I've been probably getting the best drum sounds and best drum mixes I've been getting my entire career. And just a quick recap. If you're a beginner and you still don't quite understand how to tell a VCA from a FET style compressor from an Opto style compressor, I would definitely recommend grabbing Adam Steele's Understanding Audio Essentials course. It's on sale now as part of a bunch of bundles for the Pro Mix Academy Black Friday sale. We've even got the metal bundle going on right now, which has got like total heavy guitar, guitar tone mastery, the Reaper guide, my mixing metal and Reaper with free plugins course, plus the rest of my courses as well, and they're all available for one low price of $197, and that's like $800 off the sticker price or something like that, but it's only going to be around till the end of the Black Friday weekend, so grab it now while you can. Links are in the description below. These deals only come up once a year, and this is the really cool thing is if you don't see a bundle that suits your needs and you wish you could do a custom bundle, you can even do that. And what's more is if you grab a Pro Mix Academy lesson, you'll have access to the SMG Premium Discord, where I'm going to take a listen to your mixes and give you personal feedback. I'm going to do that once a week, so it's definitely worth coming to hang out on. So grab a course, come hang out, and hopefully we can make your mixes better. Thanks for watching. See you next time.